In one of my videos, I show a podcast group talking about which bathroom a father should take a young daughter into in public spaces. Because a guy wrote into or called into or something the podcast, or maybe he did a video of his own saying that he was at a public store at Target, Walmart, somewhere, and his little girl needed to go to the bathroom, and he didn't know if he should take her into the men's room with him or if he was allowed to go into the women's room. And so what he did was he cracked open the door and said, "Hey, I'm a man. I'm bringing my daughter in. Does anybody have a problem with it?" There was nobody in there. He went in there while they were in the stall and his little girl was using the bathroom. Somebody came in and he said, "Hey, I'm a man. I'm in here. I have my little girl in here." Anyway, that was the video I did. And this person here is a troll that follows me. The Dems make everything so complicated. All right, I have some questions for you. I don't know if you have any children or not. If you have a daughter, or let's assume that you have a daughter, would you be okay if your daughter walked into the washroom, the restroom at Target, and this man followed her in? Would you be cool with that? Forget the words on the screen. Would you be okay with this man following your daughter, your wife, your niece, whoever into the bathroom? How about this guy? The reason I ask you, and you already know this because you follow me and you've seen me do this content before, but this person was born a woman, transitioned to a man. And because people like you need to make everything so goddamn complicated, people like you advocate for and vote for politicians who want legislation that would force this man to use the women's restroom with your daughter. Even though folks on your side of the political aisle say if they ever saw a man like this walking into the bathroom behind their daughter, they would wind up in prison because they would do horrible things to this person. But that's what you want. Your complicated ways want this guy to use the bathroom with your daughter so that you can then bitch that there's a man in the bathroom with your daughter. There's your complication. That father was just trying to do the right thing. Has a young daughter. Didn't know what the protocol was because he had never been into a ladies' restroom and he had never been into a men's restroom where there was a young girl there with their father. So he was asking. That's not a complicated issue. That's somebody who's a parent trying to do the right thing. Somebody saying, "Hey, I don't know what the right protocol is. So if you guys out there have children, if you have daughters, tell me what you've done so I can listen to the examples." The complication comes in when people like you start voting for politicians that want to muck up the works. You wouldn't think twice if either one of those two gentlemen I showed you were standing next to you at one of the stalls in a men's restroom, would you? Of course not, because they're men. Doesn't matter that they were born women. But your complicated way of doing things would cause a problem if they were in the women's bathroom, which is where you fucking clowns want them. So miss me with the "we make things complicated" bullshit. Okay, sweet pea?